Thanks for joining today's bi-weekly enablement sync with field enablement and sales leaders. We've got two topics for today. We've got Josh Zimmerman and JC Bander from the corporate L&D team joining us to provide an overview of a manager challenge coming up in a couple months. And then also John Blevins to talk about and enlist your feedback and input to help us prioritize enablement topics for Q3 webcasts. So without further ado, Josh and JC, thanks so much for joining us today. Pass it to you.
Yeah, thanks, David. Really appreciate it. And I did put some slides in the chat as well, so feel free to pull those up as I share myself here. So I wanted to come to you all today. JC and I, we are part of the learning and development team, and we've been working hard on creating a manager leadership training program. And, you know, over the last couple of weeks, we've had a number of conversations with folks all up and down the chain of command at GitLab. And one kind of common theme that we've identified is this need for, you know, manager and leadership enablement. You know, it's really training folks on the skills around how to have difficult conversations, coaching, feedback, you know, managing team members in a remote environment. And, you know, we've put together a kind of a comprehensive program that will take about 4 weeks. The time investment is not huge, and it's really to start building the muscle for some of these skills that managers need to display on the job. Now, I know a lot of you all on this call probably have varying ranges of experience as a leader and as a manager, which is great, but I think this program can help reinforce those. And if you're new to management, this can be a great introduction to some skills that will help you throughout your career. And so, you know, the program is really, it's called a daily challenge, and it's a 4-week daily challenge. So every day there will be a 20-minute challenge around a key topic area or a theme of the week. I'll get into that in the next slide. And it will take about 20 minutes each day, 20 to 30. And then there will be one live learning session a week to go over, you know, kind of the themes and the topics and come together as a group. That should only take about 1 hour or so. So, you know, I think our ask for you, and we could answer any questions you may have, is like, as a leader, as a manager, if you could make time to attend, you know, carve out, have this on your radar. We're going to launch in September, and it would be great if you could be a sponsor of the program and just have active participation. And again, I think these are all skills that we can all learn to be a better manager and leader at GitLab. So let me just give you a quick overview of the program. And again, you can go and check out the issue and the detailed curriculum. We have it all laid out, but this is just a high-level overview for each week. Again, this is just a first start for manager and leadership enablement, so we will continue to build out more programs as we go. But week 1 is really about managing in a remote environment. What are the best practices that we can all have and actively implement on the job? Then we're going to transition to coaching. Now, I know coaching is a big topic as a leader, as a manager, and there's ways to do it right, and there's ways to do it, you know, so-so. And so that week we'll really focus on coaching. And then week 3, it's about building an inclusive environment, you know, how to build an inclusive culture, cross-cultural communication, all these great skills. And then week 4, it's really putting it all together so that you can have a high-performing team. Now, these topics aren't going to be sales process focused. They're going to be really around soft skills. So just keeping that in mind from a sales perspective. So any questions? I know that was a lot in 2 slides, but I wanted to present that to you all today.
So Josh, this is the first time doing manager training at GitLab. Is that right?
That's correct. In a formalized process. Yep.
And so how will this be communicated out so people will know when to enroll or sign up for the courses?
Yeah, so it's all completely open enrollment. We'll put a block on everybody's calendar for an hour, all the managers, and then we'll do communications through a Slack channel just every day of what are the activities that people will need to do. They complete them self-paced. They comment back in the channel, and then JC and I will track that participation as we go. And so at the end of it too, once you've completed all the challenges and all the live learnings, you will be granted a certificate as well. The GitLab 4-week manager challenge certificate that you can post on your LinkedIn profile.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hey, Josh, a quick note of thanks. In the world of sales, obviously we're 90-day, we're all living in kind of 90-day renewable contracts in sales with the quarter. And so I appreciate that this is happening in month 2 of the quarter. I appreciate that a lot. Can you share sort of the 20-minute vignettes every single day, sort of aggregate over the month? Feels to me like maybe 6.5 hours or so. Is that number about right?
Yeah, I would say 6 to 8 hours. It really depends on if we give you extra readings and learnings, if you want to take time out of your day to really do that. But it's all self-paced. Like this is something for if you want to participate as a manager, it's strongly encouraged, and we're asking you for that. But we're not going to be like hounding you to turn in assignments and follow up. So it's really up to you as a leader.
And last question, at least for right now, is are you thinking you're going to have some of our peers be part of delivering the content? So just throwing that out as an idea versus it being more just from you and JC having to come up with all the content by yourselves.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, I'm welcome to any help. So
Okay.
if you know of any good names or anybody that could help us out, that would be really appreciated.
Okay.
Ideally, I would love it if some other people can come in and help teach.
I'm seeing a couple of topics on here that I'm passionate about. I'm not saying I'm great at, but I'm passionate about. So happy to help.
Yeah, I know the servant leadership. I think you brought that up in our conversation. So,
What's the best way to, Josh, to get in touch if folks are interested in volunteering or offering to help like that?
Yeah, no, great question, David. So you can reach out to JC and I on the Learning and Development channel in Slack, or that's probably the best way.
You mentioned also, Josh, earlier about something about be a sponsor. Can you say more about what does that mean and how do you? What is that?
Yeah, so I know there's varying levels of leaders on this call, and I think since you all are all leaders, I would love if you sponsored this program and really, once you went through it, you really advocated for it, even before as well. I think this is a step in the right direction to providing enhanced career development opportunities at GitLab. So, this is a first step in the right direction. And, I think if you can get behind it, if you show active participation, the people on your team will know that you're participating, you're improving your management skills. And, I think that will be a great way to, spearhead this in the future. So hopefully that answers your question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sales leaders, other feedback, questions?
No, just thanks for investing in us. I mean, this is something that's definitely needed for specifically people like me that are new to sales management. So thank you for putting this together and for scheduling it.
Yep,
Yeah.
Just want to echo that. Thank you very much, Josh and JC, for the interviews the last few weeks and taking our thoughts into mind of what we think we need to. I think that's an important piece, right? It's not just something being created, but for the sake of it, but you've asked us for input, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, no, definitely. And then thanks for bringing that up. This is kind of taking a lot of the topics and themes that we've heard throughout the organization, including sales, and putting it all together. So cool. Well, be on the lookout for just more communications as we get closer. If somebody's interested in maybe delivering some of these topics in the live learning sessions and, coordinating and collaborating on the issues and the challenges themselves, feel free to jump in there and reach out to us.
So I guess one quick question, is this going to go out to like technical sales management as well, like SA managers, TAM managers?
Yep. Yeah, that would be
Cool.
ideal. Anybody that's a people leader. So
Perfect. Thanks, man.
Look forward to it.
awesome. All
right,
right. Well,
thank you so much, Josh and JC. Adam gave me some great feedback yesterday of as we think about enabling our individual contributors as sales reps. Right, we shouldn't be shy about continuing to reiterate this message of, hey, how awesome it is that GitLab is investing in them, right, helping them build their capabilities. So same thing here, right? This, how awesome is this that now GitLab is invested in Josh and JC and starting to build out this corporate L&D focus to invest in you, right? Or even sales managers from, I know we're doing the manager coaching certification through Force Management, but this is really helping to invest in you for more broad, right, skill sets for manager capabilities. So thank you, Josh and JC. Really appreciate it.
yeah. Thanks, David, for having us on.
All right. Our next topic, John Blevins is going to lead us through conversation around our topics for next quarter's sales enablement webcasts. John, over to you.
All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Hope you're all having a great day. I just dropped a link in the chat for this Zoom meeting. It's also in the notes document. I wanted to share my screen really quickly and just show y'all what we were looking at. These are the lists of different topics for the Q3 Sales Enablement Level Up webcast. And normally, well, not normally, but let's say in the future, we would do this asynchronously, but I would love it if everybody would click on that link and look at this as well and take a moment to upvote the ones that you think are most popular or the ones that you think should be first. So competitive update, for example, I'm just going to give that a thumbs up. And you see, I can tell here that this is sorted by popularity. So I would say maybe pick your top 5 or the 5 that you would like to see go first in the schedule. And that is what we are really looking for. And then again, hopefully if this method is working well for us, we can just do this asynchronously in the future.
So John, the plan is to do this live right now and just
Yeah.
do it in person on this meeting, kind of work out the process, make sure we're comfortable with it. And then, like you said, maybe in the future we can async on this. Is that right?
Yeah. If everybody could take a moment right now just to pick their top 5 topics here to help us prioritize these, that would be great.
And what you'll notice is there's not, each issue isn't fully built out. There's a template that if the topic is chosen, a next step is that we'll identify, we'll build out the learning objectives and some of those details. So please know that as you click in, there's not a lot of details. So basically just go by the title. Of course, if you've got specific feedback on any of these, absolutely add comments to the issue.
Yeah, of course. And as a side note, if there's something important that you think we should do a topic on that you don't see here, feel free to create a new issue here and we can follow up with you on that.
So sales leaders, does this make sense? Any questions?
Oh yeah, the votes are pouring in. Looks like demystifying the metrics conversation is winning. And thank you all for taking the time to do this now.
As folks are doing this, I also would just want to share a shortcut here. Like if you ever want to suggest a future topic, John, do you want to walk them through just the simple way they can do that?
Yeah, suggesting a future topic. So if you're on our Sales Enablement Videocast Series project under GitLab Sales Team, you can just go to New Issue. It's really easy. Just write the title of whatever you're looking at. And then for the template is Sales Enablement Sessions. You really don't have to do anything, but write the title. And then if you have, a couple learning objectives in mind, that would be great if you want to go ahead and put those out. But that's something that I would follow up with you on to kind of hammer out the details on, is this private or public? What are the learning objectives? what resources, handbook collateral are we using, and so on. But this issue template will automatically assign it to me and give it the right labels. So makes it very easy to just create an issue there if it's something you would like to do. And on our handbook page, we do have a direct link to that issue board, just to make it easy to find our sales enablement sessions playlist page. So it looks like demystifying the metrics conversation, ROI analysis, deal structure best practices. It looks like we have some clear winners here. So thank you all so much for upvoting that. Did everybody get a chance to make some votes, or do you need another moment?
Are there any topics that you don't see here that you'd like to suggest we add?
I saw Mike Miranda do this once, where he did like an AMA with his customer to the commercial sales team. It was pretty interesting.
I love that idea, Adam.
It's just going to be tough it's hard to get customers to do it. So you'd have to reach out to all the sales teams and say, hey, look, who's either a new customer or one that's a long-standing GitLab customer that'd be willing to do it. Like you see some crazy posting from Siemens yesterday in LinkedIn and whatever about how they have 30,000 people on GitLab core, right? I don't know if you saw that, anyone, but even if they're still on core, let's talk. I would love all my sellers to hear why they love core and what's working so well, and it just teaches us a little bit about maybe some other areas of how we could flip them from core to premium. Even if we can't get that 30,000, there's probably another one.
So Adam, to clarify, so Miranda did that with, and Ask Me Anything was, say more.
With his customer, with his small group of either it was like SDRs or SMB sales reps. I'll ask him more about it. I wasn't there, but I think it went really well from all the feedback he told me.
Yeah, it was his give back project. So he talked to a customer who was really happy with GitLab and said, hey, can you come do an AMA? Because we want to ask you questions as salespeople when he joined the SMB team.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah.
And Ryan, did you see it? What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's awesome for salespeople to hear what the customer really lives through every day. It's cool. And Miranda did a great job.
Awesome. I'll create a link. I'll find the recording. We'll put it in there as an example.
I've tried to find it. Let me know when you find it. I can't. It's in the ether somewhere, and I can't get through the search tool.
The other thing, I think I'd be remiss not to share that one of the topics that we've locked in on, we know that selling services, right, is important and helps our customers get to value faster. So that's continue to be, we want to have a common thread, a common drumbeat to continue to promote that. That said, we don't want to just do the same thing. So we've had Lutz and team present in the past. This time, we had some great input from Paul Mackley to talk about his perspective, from a CFO's perspective, the value of professional services. So given that his time is hard to get, we have locked in that particular session to do a sales enablement thing where it's Paul Mackley, right? The sales team could ask him. He's going to share his perspective again on the value of professional services for other deals that he's involved with. And then we can pick his brain on engaging with an audience like him. So that's one session that you don't see on this list that will be delivered next quarter. All right, John, anything else?
Nope, that is it. Thanks everybody for contributing. It's exactly what we needed. I hope you liked that format.
Thank you, John. So I know not everyone is on today, so I'm going to when I send out the recording for today's session to folks that weren't able to make it, we're going to give them a chance to upvote as well until the, what do we say, until the end of day Monday? Is that right, John? Or is it, okay. And then, so we'll give folks, other folks a chance to input, and then based on where things are at then, we'll then start to, calendar everything for Q3 sessions. All right. Hey, thanks everybody for your time. Look, and for our next sync in a couple weeks, we'll provide an overview, a kind of an update on where things are at with the field certification program and how that's going to come to life for each of the different sales segments. So for commercial, for enterprise, for customer success. So look forward to re-engaging with you then. Have a good day.
Hey, I put that link in the chat if anybody wants it.
Awesome. Thank you, Ryan. Have a good one.